Accept imperfection and you feel perfect. Accept loneliness and you feel content alone. Try to be perfect and you're imperfect. Try not to be lonely and you're miserable by yourself. Accepting a negative experience is a positive experience, but fighting a negative experience means that you suffer twice. How can we get what we want without trying to get it? The human predicament is a collective delusion which tells us that obtaining external things or changing external circumstances, from objects to money, to adjustments of the body, to changes of scenery, will fundamentally release us from our sense of lack. The backwards law shows us that the opposite is the case. We feel lacking because of our discontent with current circumstances. The greater our discontent, the more we suffer. The greater change we need to be content, the less content we are. Imagine that you've set yourself a goal, which is that you want to become a millionaire, believing that this will make you happy. Setting such a goal not only means that it takes a lot of effort to reach contentment, it also means that being so far removed from that goal makes you unhappy, because you realize how inadequate you are compared to what you want to be. He does nothing and laughs at the clever and ingenious. Men all seek for happiness, but he feels complete in his imperfect condition. Try to stay on the surface of the water, you sink. But when you try to sink, you float, Alan Watts stated. In the same way, when you try to fall asleep, your effort will keep you awake. Only when you stop trying, you'll doze off. And when you hold your breath, you'll lose it. But when you let it go, it continues on its own. When we stop trying to be happy, we'll be happy, because there's nothing we need beyond what is. When we stop trying to be rich, we'll live in abundance, because we're content with what we have, and anything on top of that is a bonus. Thus, the only way to have what we want is not to want it, and that's what the backwards law teaches us. There's a Zen story that illustrates this paradoxical idea by explaining how we can clear cloudy water. Imagine there's a pond with cloudy water, and we want to see its floor. We can stir the water or try to remove the cloudiness with our hands, but this won't work. The only way to see its floor is by doing nothing until the cloudiness subsides and the water is clear. The cloudiness represents our desires, our thoughts, our dissatisfaction. The stirring in the water and attempts to remove the cloudiness represent our grasping for happiness. Seeing the floor represents contentment, which only happens when we leave the water alone and let the cloudiness subside by itself. Hence, stop trying to get it, and you'll have it. Being aware of the workings of the backwards law doesn't mean that we should never set goals, never have ambitions, or never pursue change. There's probably an endless amount of reasons why we should make a change and shouldn't accept the status quo. However, the backwards law does teach us not to be fooled by the idea that the pursuit of happiness leads to happiness. It's quite the opposite. And with that knowledge, we're able to enter that blissful state of not wanting a bit more often. Because, as Alan Watts stated, the mystery of life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced.